Okay, so today's pepper review is going to be on the sweet chocolate pepper. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the sweet chocolate pepper. And here's the plant. Now it's late in the season, so all the leaves are starting to fall off. It's not really making flowers anymore. And there might be one or two here and there. It does have like one or two fresh peppers coming out still, but it's not going to make the winter. I think they said by mid-October we're going to be our first frost. So, and we're like 6 days away from that. So I really don't see me actually getting any more peppers really off any of these plants. So I really should be picking what's left, but I'm just kind of waiting the last couple days and then for them to ripen, and then I'm going to pick them. But a lot of my peppers got damaged this year due to several different types of insects that are eating my peppers, which I've never had since I lived here. This is the first year, literally, I'd probably say 60% of my peppers were damaged and destroyed because of these insects chewing holes in my peppers. And it's not just one insect, there's like 3 or 4 different kinds of insects. I've already identified the cornworm. I've identified some kind of a cricket. It looks like a cricket. It seems like that has something to do with it. There's several caterpillars that have been getting in the greenhouse. They have something to do with it, along with several other insects that may potentially be causing the damage to my peppers. But it is what it is, right? So some of the peppers that I did have that were looking really good, I was getting ready to review. When I went out there to actually take the pepper off and do my review on it, I see a hole in it, and pretty much that's shot, because I'm not going to bite into it and it's filled with maggots or something like that. And it could be. If you see a hole in your pepper, it's probably not you probably don't want to eat it. So a lot of my peppers were absolutely destroyed this year. So, but this looks like it might be one of them that's hopefully still good. But let's go over the plant profile of the sweet chocolate. I guess it's sweet chocolate bell. I'll put the correct name. I don't have the seed packet in front of me to actually look at what it actually says, but I think it's a sweet chocolate bell. It could just be just sweet chocolate. I'm not sure offhand. So the leaf profile is a regular leaf type. Alright, there's nothing special about it. The whole plant profile is just like a regular bell pepper plant profile. There's nothing special about it. Smooth stem, a little bit corrugated. It's got a little purpling at the node. And unfortunately, I don't have any flowers on this plant for me to show you the flowers. And we'll just have to let go of that part. So unfortunately, I can't bring this plant in for the winter, because that means I'd have to dig it up and pot it. And I already got probably 30 or 40 other plants that I need to bring in that I really want to bring in. So I'll just have to regrow this next year. Hopefully I can get this insect problem under control so I could get more peppers rather than just watch them drop off the plant and rot. So anyway, let's pick one of these. And I think this is a good one right here. That one's not totally ripe. This one looks pretty good. This one's actually riper. So I'm under the assumption that this is a sweet pepper. So hopefully we don't have to deal with too much pain in this one. But you don't let that kid you. A lot of these big peppers, believe it or not, could also be hot as well. I've had a few peppers this size, these big ones, that you were just like the what's that one called? Is it the beaver dam? I think the beaver dam pepper's it's a large pepper, but it's really hot. It really throws you off. I'm just looking to see if that's a hole. I hope that's not an insect hole, because I bite into that thing, I see maggots, I'm going to get sick. So unfortunately, yeah, that's one of the issues I'm having this year. So all right, let's turn you around and let's give it a go. Alright, let's give it a go. I'm doing another pepper review today, and we are doing one on the sweet chocolate pepper. And I don't believe it's hot, but it might be a little warm. It could be like a poblano, so I'm not worried about it. I do have like 1 or 2 hot peppers I think I want to do while I'm out here. So this will be a good, you know, liner for the stomach. It'll get my stomach a little ready for some of those hot ones I got to do. So anyway, I don't have any information in front of me on this particular pepper. I will provide you with the details once I go inside and, you know, I put it in the description. You'll know exactly what it is. But I believe the name is called a sweet chocolate pepper. It might be sweet chocolate bell or something like that, but I'll give you the exact name. Now, it's not quite a bell pepper. We're going to see what it looks like on the inside. Now, some of these brown peppers tend to be a little bit on the staining side. So they're very rich in like color, like they have like a dye in them. So when you're eating these things or you're preparing them, make sure you wear an apron or something appropriate, because they could stain your clothing and you may not even realize it. So just keep that in mind with some of these brown peppers. I find that sometimes they release some kind of a dye or something like that, and it could stain your clothes. All right, so let's give it a bite. You could see the inside of it looks just like that other chocolate, whatever it is, George Galco pepper. I'll leave a link in the. I'll leave a link either in the description or in the end scenes for that pepper, George something. I'll leave a link for it so you can see what I'm talking about. But it looks a lot like that pepper, and quite frankly, it kind of tastes like it too. It's a very nice taste, very rich in flavor. The color goes all the way through the pepper. That brown color, it's not just the skin. This is the color of the pepper. Trying to get the right lighting. I really got to look for maggots, because there are a lot of insects eating inside of these peppers, getting inside of them somehow, and are getting maggots. So I really got to look. You see the bottom seeds didn't really develop. As far as heat goes, there's no heat. It's a sweet pepper. 100% sweet, no heat. Now the taste, it's hard to describe. It doesn't quite taste like a bell pepper. It has a sweet flavor to it, but it doesn't quite taste like a green bell pepper. It's got its own flavor to it. There's no real peppery taste to it, but it does have like its own type of peppery effect. It doesn't really even taste too much like pepper. Other than that, there's really no overtones or undertones. Sweetness, it does have a little bit of sweetness on it, but there's like no off tones to it. It tastes pretty nice and even. You could eat these all day long, to be honest with you. But there's no funny smell. There's no, there's really nothing else really to say about it. It's just that it has a really nice flavor, and you can probably use this in any cooking that you would use a bell pepper for. Throw them on a grill, put them in your salad. I mean, be creative. You could definitely make a stuffed pepper out of this. They're definitely big enough. The flavor is kind of on the neutral side, though. It's not heavy in flavor. It does have a flavor, but it's not much. You know, it's there, but it's not very strong in flavor. Here's the other one. Hopefully I got a few more seeds inside of this thing, hopefully. So I get some seeds for next year. I know I always say that I'm going to save seeds to my peppers, but you got to understand, I grow a lot of these peppers specifically for the seeds, because I like to collect the seeds, I like to trade the seeds, and I also like to try to make them available to the public in one way, shape, form, or another. Whether I sell them or I give them away or anything like that, I always try to save those seeds. So I also like to take seeds, and I do the Johnny Appleseed thing, where I take seeds and I find random spots where I think would be a good place to establish some growth on some of these peppers and try to plant them. I don't show that on camera because I don't want to get in trouble per se. But I try to establish them and then see if they come up on their own every year, like grow and then drop and then come up again next year. So far, I haven't had any luck with peppers. Tomatoes, yes, but peppers, no. So that's it. That's the look at your chocolate sweet pepper or sweet bell pepper. I'll leave links in the description if I can find seeds to this particular type of pepper, and I'll put them in the description. And you can check them out on Amazon. And that's it. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.